interesting discussion that I've seen is over the course of months. A lot of it's been coming from on the NBA side, but I see it starting to bubble up a little bit on the WNBA side of the face of the league versus the best player in the league. So the face of the league is how you sell the game, right? So the face of the league might not necessarily be your best player. Your face of the league might not even be your top 3 player, but it's a player that people recognize. Your best player in the league is a player that's always in first team, all WNBA or NBA talks, MVP race. That's who the best player of the league normally is. The WNBA is having this huge dichotomy of the face of the league versus the best player of the league. The idiot new fans want to make the face of the league equal the best player of the league. That's not how sports work. Caitlin Clark is clearly the face of the WNBA, but she is by far not the best player in the league. That's been kind of the biggest problem, is that we're trying to combine both of these things. Caitlin, I'm not sure if Caitlin's a top 5 player right now. I have a hard time putting her in front of Sabrina, Stewie, Asia, Fee. I have a hard time putting her in front of those players. Maybe a top 10 player, possibly, but again, that doesn't mean that she's not a great player. It just means that she's not the best player in the league. But she is by far the face of the league. And we need to have more nuanced discussions, because that's how sports become interesting, is that, yes, this person is going to sell the game, but this person is still not the best player in the league. And this is a recent thing we've seen that split. When Jordan was running the NBA, Jordan was clearly the face of the league and the best player of the league. When LeBron was pretty much kind of running from his Miami time, he was kind of running through the NBA, LeBron was pretty much the face of the league and arguably the best player in the league. It would depend on what year. But then there was a time where KD was clearly the best player in the league, but LeBron was definitely the face of the league. Or maybe Steph was the best player in the league, but LeBron was still the face of the league. So the recent trend that we've seen in sports, where the best player isn't always the actual face of the league. And the WNBA and the NBA is having the same problem, where they're trying to figure out who is the face, because the voters are going to decide who the best player in the league when you look at the MVP. But who is going to be the face that when people think of the NBA, the WNBA, they're going to think of this person. And is this face that they think of the person who we want to? So the WNBA, that case is pretty much closed. The NBA is still open, because the best player in the league is Jokic, but he's by far not the face. The NBA's face of the league is LeBron, and he's aging out. And so who's going to be the next person is just going to be the person who's going to have the ability to sell the game worldwide. And that person isn't clear yet.